Sushiswap is live on Moonriver, and that means right now they have a liquidity mining incentive program where there are lots of yield farming rewards. You can earn both Sushi and MOVR tokens, and you can currently get APRs over 100%. Sushiswap has to win the prize for the most cross-chain application because Moonriver is actually a part of the Polkadot ecosystem. However, it's worth knowing, actually it's very important to know, that Moonriver is a canary network of Moonbeam. So therefore, Moonriver is actually deployed on Kusama, which is the incentivized test network of Polkadot. So you might be wondering, should you put your assets onto an incentivized test network to earn these rewards? Well, in this video, we are going to answer those questions. I am going to cover the pros and cons of using Sushiswap on Moonriver, as well as briefly discuss what Moonriver is and talk a bit about how you can bridge. So let's go. Let's clear up any confusion between Moonbeam and Moonriver, as well as Kusama and Polkadot. So Moonbeam actually aims to be an Ethereum-compatible smart chain on Polkadot, which means it makes it very easy for developers to onboard onto the Polkadot ecosystem via Moonbeam, which is a parachain, aka sidechain to Polkadot. So Moonriver is actually the sister chain to Moonbeam, so it's community-led, and any new features that has to get launched on Moonbeam will first be tested on Moonriver. Once everything is okay, it'll then launch on Moonbeam. This is similar to Kusama and Polkadot. So Kusama is an incentivized testnet, and Polkadot is actually the main net. So any features will get deployed on Kusama first, which will then get deployed onto Polkadot. The reason why there's an incentivized testnet is that they can have an opportunity to test a network under real economic conditions, so they can have a better opportunity to catch any bugs that they would miss in a smaller testing environment. In order to bridge your assets onto Moonriver, you can use two bridges. So one is from AnySwap. With the AnySwap bridge, you can only bridge from the Ethereum network. And then there's another bridge called the Meter, and with this bridge, you can also bridge from the Binance Smart Chain as well. But you have to remember that Moonriver is its own blockchain, so you need to be able to pay for gas fees in their native token called MOVR. But thankfully, once you bridge with either AnySwap or Meter, you will be given a little bit of MOVR tokens so you can pay for transaction fees as well. Let's discuss the pros and cons of using Sushiswap on Moonriver, and just remember, these are my opinions, so definitely take it with a pinch of salt, do your own research, and this is not financial advice, so let's jump into it. So the first pro I would say is the fact that you are actually incentivized to use Sushiswap on Moonriver. So it's a very clear pro because you get MOVR and Sushi tokens. The APRs are still quite high. When it launched on Friday, the APRs were like over 3,000%, but obviously as more liquidity gets poured in, the APRs drop a bit, but it's still pretty healthy at the moment. You can get yield from stablecoins for as high as 73% with this algorithmic stablecoin Frax, and then there's another one here for 37%. So, it's still quite high. Another pro I would say is that when you earn the MOVR tokens from Sushiswap, there's an opportunity for you to actually earn extra by staking. So they do have a staking program, but I'm not quite sure as to how much you actually receive from staking because it wasn't very clear. So if anyone does know, please comment below. Another pro of using Sushiswap on Moonriver is that you're going to carry your assets across the Moonriver. And if there are any other applications that do plan to deploy on Moonbeam, then these applications will first launch on Moonriver, most likely, some of them, and then you have early access and also opportunities for more incentives. In general, applications that deploy on Moonriver first will offer you incentives because they want to get a real economic situation. So to get users on there, they will keep offering incentives. I think that's a really good advantage. Now let's talk about the cons. So the first con I would say is the fact that Moonriver is actually an incentivized test network, but the keyword here being test network, which means it will not be as robust as the main network, because only when things are 100% certain that they work as they should, then they will go across to the main network. So you have to consider that risk as well. At Kusama, even though it is a Polkadot testnet, they do say on their website that actually it's just for them to quickly deploy and test stuff as well. So the code on Kusama is actually unaudited and unrefined. So you have that aspect of Kusama, and then you have that aspect of Moonriver as well. Another con I would say is that not all applications will deploy on Moonriver before it goes on to Moonbeam. Potentially it might go straight to Moonbeam. So with that being said, it means that you may not have many apps that you will use on the Moonriver ecosystem. That may not be a massive con because you can always bridge your assets, but do keep that in mind that you may not have a lot of applications to use on there, or you might. We just have to wait and see. The third con that I see is that there may not be enough liquidity on Sushiswap on Moonriver. So for example, if I go on here onto Sushiswap, I can't see analytics just yet. Normally you can see analytics to see the liquidity between pairs. But if I were to try to swap from USDC which is the stable coin, to another stable coin called Binance USD, which is their stable coin. Yeah, so the rates don't make sense. They're saying with 1 USDC, I'm going to get 13 cents worth of BUSD. So clearly there's not enough liquidity between USDC and BUSD. And I believe it's also because those pairs aren't incentivized. So the reason why this may be an issue is because potentially you might want to bridge across to another network and you want a specific token to bridge, but you can't swap before you bridge and vice versa. So that is another con that you should pay attention to. Checking to see that there is enough liquidity for the pairs that you do plan to swap, especially if you're coming from a different chain, which most likely you would be. All right, so this concludes this video. Now you have information that you can start thinking about when it comes to using Sushiswap on Moonriver. There are lots of incentives, but you have to also think about the disadvantages as well. Let me know down below if you plan to use Sushiswap on Moonriver or if you're excited about the Moonbeam ecosystem altogether. How many of you guys are actually looking at Polkadot? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.